PC and console games seem to be getting more and more complex, but what if we go overboard? I made a game that uses every single key on your keyboard. Let's see if it's fun to play. I start as always by creating a new Unreal Engine project. I'm not sure what to name this yet, so I'll just name it No Key Unused for now. Then I'll look through the starter templates and realize I'll once again have to do everything myself and start with a blank project. I do want to make a top-down shooter, but it's going to be so different that I might as well start from scratch. And I'm in. Now you might be thinking, wow, what a perfect starting map. We've got a beautiful but simple landscape to start with. No, it's a trap. This map has world partitioning enabled, which is a nightmare to work with. So I'll just immediately create a new blank level. Great, but I'm not gonna get far without a player character. So I collected some references and inspiration and jumped into Blender. The game isn't going to be realistic, so I adjusted the proportions of my reference mesh, which accidentally made it look kinda like an Oompa Loompa. I also decided to go for a different style with this game, low poly. I've made low poly characters a long time ago, but I've completely forgotten how. I could look up a tutorial, but I'm not gonna do that because I'm a real artist and much too good for tutorials now. I decided to make this a soldier, with the idea that this is one of the last surviving soldiers fending off an alien attack. Instead of making all the different parts different materials, I decided to make a low resolution texture with all the colors I want and just use the UVs. This is quite a bit better for performance. Blender has a really useful base rig that's super easy to animate, but I'm not gonna use that because it completely breaks when trying to program with it. So I'll just make my own rig, but I'm not gonna do IK because I only need a few animations and I'm lazy. What's nice is that because this is such a simple mesh, the rig works perfectly and I don't have to fix anything at all. I've never done this before, but I'm actually just gonna make the gun part of the character, because in this case, why not? Alright, I've got a few acceptable animations and I'll import these into Unreal. Ugh, smooth shading. Let me fix that real quick. Much better. I did some really simple animation programming and made the mouse move a little pointer that the character runs to. They can't use their gun yet, so I made the character stop and aim when you hold the right mouse button. But this is still really hard to aim, so I made a procedural arrow with material code. Why not just use an image of an arrow? I don't know, I honestly have no idea. I think I just like wasting my own time. Alright, much easier to aim now. I'll add a particle effect, animation, sound, and we have shooting. The enemies will be alien blobs. To make these, I just used a simple sphere. All the interesting stuff is in the shader. I used distance fields to make it stretch towards nearby objects. I made it translucent and made the edges a different color. I also completely unnecessarily spent a bunch of time adding fake fogging to the inside of the blob. This took quite some time and is almost completely invisible in-game. As I said before, wasting my own time is my specialty. Now I'll just make it move toward the player and I'm done for now. You might have noticed that this character is completely controlled with the mouse, but what about the keyboard? So many unused keys. I could make a game where every single key performs a different action, but this would probably be unplayable. So instead, your keys will represent locations on the in-game map, making you use every key and staying intuitive. Let me demonstrate. I started by programming a single key, then I made the entire keyboard. I'll link each of these in-game keys to a key on your keyboard. But what about different layouts? I thought about adding different layouts, but I don't hate myself quite that much. So if you have a different keyboard layout, you can always temporarily change your layout in the Windows settings. The keys won't be the same, but the key locations should be. And one more thing about the keyboard layout, you may have noticed there seem to be some missing keys. This is because not all keys can be used for games. Just look at your own keyboard and you'll see what I mean. Then I wrote some code to trigger the right key. And now, time to get interesting. I went back into Blender and designed a very simple bomb. Then I made the bomb drop on whatever key you press. Oh, wait, looks like it didn't detonate. Let me just... Alright, so that's working pretty good. I'll start working on the environment. First I was thinking about a dark battleground, so I made a few assets for that in Blender. You can make anything you want in Blender, as long as you follow this one simple rule. When in doubt, spin the camera around. Alright, that's looking acceptable. Now I'll quickly give each of these different colored materials. Just forget what I said about the textures and stuff. I don't got the patience for that. I added the meshes and made a material for the ground, and it's looking okay I guess, but I don't like how grey and muddy all the colors are. It doesn't fit the style in my opinion. So what if I made it green and grassy, but I make a new effect for the bomb impact? I tried making a mask with a decal, which is basically a 3D sticker, but this didn't work because of technical reasons. So instead I used a render target, which is just an image I can change and write to while the game is playing. Now using some material code you can see the impact on this texture. A little more code to make it gradually fade out and it's looking okay, but way too low resolution. I can actually make this look much better without making the resolution any higher, just by combining this low resolution mask with a noise texture. Much better. Back to the blobs. I made the blob gradually grow bigger over time. And because I wanted to make them a little more interesting, I made it so smaller blobs will merge with bigger blobs when they touch. I made the player's gun actually deal damage to the blobs and make them smaller. I also added a pretty simple kind of splash particle effect for when the blobs get hit. I added some ragdoll physics for the player and made it go into ragdoll when a bomb hits too nearby. I did this because everybody loves ragdolls and not because I'm too lazy to animate a death animation. When you miss, it can still be hard to see where the bullets go, so I made a trail effect for the bullets and also some impact particles. This feels much too empty, so I made some very simple trees in Blender. You start with some random branches here and there, and then some random blobs on top. Boom, low poly tree. I added these to the level and made them have some random color variation. I also decided to spend some time slightly repositioning the camera and adjusting the post-processing to make it look a bit better. I love depth of field, makes everything instantly look better. You still have infinite ammo, which is pretty boring, so I'll make a simple bullet pile in Blender. Then make the game randomly spawn bombs and bullets every so often. You know, because finding bombs is exactly the same as finding bullets. These were a bit too hard to see, so I outlined the ammo and the player. I added a HUD so you can see your bullets and bombs. Added the time at the top of the screen. A main menu with a high score system and options to toggle the music and the names of the keys. A pause menu. And finally a game over menu. But I still felt like something small was missing. So I made a light material to create fake cloud shadows. It's simple, but I think it looks pretty good. The game is finished, but I wasn't happy with the name, so I renamed it to Attack of the Blob. Then I uploaded it to itch.io. Link in the description by the way, it's free. Can you make a game that uses every single button on your keyboard and is still fun? But it's simple, I promise, you'll see.
Why would you do that? Oh my... Wait, what the...
So...
Oh! Holy shit. No! Oh no, that's the full screen key!
Oh, no.
You can't use that!
What button is it?
F11 is
Oh
the
damn!
Why are there so many blobs? Where do they come from? What's the blob lore?
It's an Attack of the Blobs. You're the last surviving soldier. But you've got air support.
Then I'm not the last surviving soldier. I've
Well,
got
yeah,
air
I
support.
mean, I guess ground soldier.
Blob so fast. You can't even see them blobbing. Yeah, and they hide in the trees. I tried to sprint and I just fucking...
Oh, watch out, watch out. Yeah, it's...
First of all, I have to be
definitely
scared
tricky.
if the button I'm pressing does something to my computer. Like, I'm keeping away from the F keys. I'm like the John Wick of blobs, and then I just die.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying to set this up because it's obviously not really meant to properly like receive every key input.
It's not really meant to properly. Yes, I think that already describes it. That's my mute key.
Okay.
I just...
Yeah, this game does not work if you have like any
Hot
other
keys.
key bindings at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm scared to press anything. Oh, this is getting really out of hand.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, it's a good idea to use your bombs with the big ones.
Them.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh, damn, that was close.
I know. That's why I was panicking.
And they do start spawning faster and faster.
Yes, I've realized, and I've just cracked my high score. Have I cracked yours again? Or
I think so, damn it.
every time.
Yeah.
After a while it gets like pretty fast. But I'm starting to get the hang of it, I guess.
Don't worry, it keeps getting faster until like 6 minutes, so...
Oh, do I even want to get to that? Oh, yep, there we go. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm always really bad at my own games.
Oh no. Why does this mode exist?
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can click the like and subscribe button calmly to show you value your touchscreen. And you can also join the Discord for more cool stuff. Bye.